Hey everybody, it is day 15. So we are kicking off week 3 of my 100 days of writing challenge of creative self-care. That's my version of creative self-care. And my accountability is to share it here on YouTube with all of you. So while I'm doing that, and I'm working on my novel, historical fiction called A Dark Place of Promise. And it's set during the Civil War with a female protagonist. And yeah, great story. I'm not giving too many, too much of the story itself because I don't want to spoil it when I'm actually done with it, right? But so what I'm doing right now in that process is I'm still reviewing my manuscript and just doing little line edits right now. I had set this aside for a while because I've been in school for the last, 4.5 years, getting my bachelor's degree, and now I'm in graduate school for clinical mental health counseling. And I'm in the midst of that. Next summer, I'll be starting an internship as a counselor in training. And so I've been pretty busy. So it's been a while since I've written creatively. And so going through my book and kind of getting to know it again has been great. So currently I'm in chapter 8, I believe, chapter 7 or chapter 8, and just doing line edits and getting acquainted with my story again and the areas that I want to work on. So, it's always interesting because I know I'm going to get to this certain place which is where I left off. And I already worked on that scene on day 1, just to jump in where I left off. And yeah, it was challenging. And so getting grounded in the whole story again is super helpful. That being said, I thought I'd share a few things that are important to me as I go through the process, and one of them is plot structure. So I've been using these videos to talk about a plot structure system that I learned from mystery writer James Scott Bell. I've met him, I've read his books, I've gone to one of his great workshops, which was really awesome. And his plot structure is based on an analogy for a suspension bridge. And so we've been going through that. So if you haven't been watching these videos up until now, you can certainly go back and watch them. They're quick, I think my longest one's like 7 minutes long. So easy peasy. But tonight, just really quickly, we have jumped into Act 3, and Act 3 is all about resolution. So there are 4 more signposts of 14, and these last 4 in Act 3 under resolution are mounting forces, lights out, the Q factor, and the final battle. So tonight we're going to talk about number 10 and number 11. And number 10 is mounting forces and refers to the opposition kind of getting stronger, kind of rallying against our hero. Gathering its strength to try to put more pressure on our hero. And our protagonist is continuing to just push forward. How are they pushing forward? What's going on? So mounting forces is our 10th signpost. And our 11th is lights out. And James Scott Bell describes this as like the darkest night of the soul. When things are really going rough and, the conflict is at its peak and, or close to it. And the lead really needs like a jolt of courage to get through it. And this is also where our Q factor kicks in. And we're going to talk about Q factor tomorrow night. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a cliffhanger on the Q factor, but you might be able to surmise it from popular culture, what the Q factor might be. So anyways, I hope you're enjoying following along. I'd love to hear your comments about plot structure, what helps you in your writing. And yeah, anything else you want to add, I'm open to it. And I hope you have a great night as we kick off week 3, and we'll talk soon. Good night.